Hi guys. Today we're going to talk about comparison. Comparison questions in the writing section have recently become more challenging, so I'll be making more videos on comparison. But for today, we're just going to focus on the basics. The idea is simple. You have to compare people to people and things to things. Before we move on, I want you to remember this one fundamental which will become key in understanding comparison questions. The phrase Queen of England is another way of writing England's Queen. Likewise, England's Queen is another way of writing the Queen of England. Please remember this concept. Now, let's talk about comparison. This is an example of a logical comparison. My score is higher than Jack. In this sentence, I'm comparing a score to a person named Jack. And this doesn't make sense. We have to compare scores to scores and person to person. There are many ways of fixing a logical comparison. Option number 1, my score is higher than Jack's score. Option number 2 involves the fundamental I've just taught you. If Queen of England equals England's Queen, and if England's Queen equals the Queen of England, another way of writing Jack's score would be the score of Jack. Therefore, I can always write it like this. My score is higher than the score of Jack. And both sentences in the screen are grammatically correct, making logical comparison. Finally, there's one more option, which is actually the one preferred by the SAT. In English language, we don't like to repeat the same words. For example, if you look at the screen, the word my score is repeated twice. And in this case, we can always use the singular pronoun that to replace the repeated word and write it like this. My score is higher than that of Jack. And this is the style preferred in the SAT. One more thing. If the subject is singular, we will use the singular pronoun that. But if the subject was plural, for instance, my scores, instead of using the word that, we will use the word those. Let's review today's lesson. In comparison questions, compare same things. Compare people to people and objects to objects. For instance, to fix the sentence, my score is higher than Jack, there are 3 options. First, my score is higher than Jack's score. Second, my score is higher than the score of Jack. Finally, my score is higher than that of Jack. All 3 of them are perfectly acceptable.